Hello everybody. Okay, so in this video we're just looking at amortization. And what is amortization? Amortization just means like repayments. And we're going to be looking at, we can use a formula called the amortization formula. And it just tells us how much a repayment needs to be for like a loan or like a mortgage. So say for example, well, I'm taking out a mortgage of 500,000 for the next 40 years. How much is my monthly repayments, right? And that is what the mortgage amortization formula does. It will tell me how much I have to pay at the start of each month. And lucky for you guys, this is in your log tables. So this is the formula here. A equals P times 1 times 1 plus I to the power T all over 1 plus I to the power T minus 1, where A is our repayments, P is the kind of the principal amount or like the starting amount, i.e. the mortgage amount, the loan amount, etc. I is the interest rate expressed as decimal, and T is the number of repayments. So it's very important to note this formula is typically used for loan repayments, and it only works if the repayment happens at the end of the month or the end of like the payment period, right? So it can only be used when payments are made at the end of each period. So there is a proof needed to be known for leaving cert. I'll do that in another video, but it's there if you want to pause and have a look. So let's have a look here. A loan of 375,000 is taken out at the annual equivalent rate of 5.6%. How much should annual repayments be if the loan is repaid in 10 equal installments over 10 years? So, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Well, my loan amount is 375,000. My interest rate is 0.056. My N or T is going to be equal to 10 because it's 10 installments. So put in A equals P times I times 1 plus I to the power T all over 1 plus I to the power T minus 1. So put in A equals 375,000 and 0.056 times 1.056 to the power of 10 all over 1.056 to the power of 10 minus 1. Put that in your calculator, and I get here A is equal to 49,989 and 32 euro. So that means I need to pay back 49,989 euro at the end of each year for the next 10 years in order to pay off that loan. Next part here, a customer decides instead make monthly repayments. How much should the monthly repayments be? So there are 10 times 12, 120 months. That means there's 120 payments. We need to find my monthly interest rate. We only have my annual interest rate. 1.056 equals 1 plus I to the power of 12. So the 12 through 1.056 minus 1 is equal to I. And that is equal to, calculator, beep, 0.00455. So, now to put in my formula, A is then equal to 375,000 times 0.00455 times 1.00455 to the power of 120, because the 120 repayments, all over 1.00455 to the power of 120 minus 1. And that, when you put it in your calculator, will give you 4,062 euro and 31 cents. So, if she was to do monthly repayments instead, she'd be paying back 4,062 euro every. Right. Let's look at another one here. John wishes to have 500 euro per month for the next 4 years while at college. How much money does the parent need to invest at 5.2% per annum? Compounded monthly to provide him with this money. So, A is my monthly repayments, which is 500. My interest rate is 0. So, My interest rate, but that's just going to be the 12th root of 1.052 minus 1. I, in this case, is going to be 0.004233. T, well, €500 per month for 4 years. So it's going to be 4 times 12, which is 48. So it's going to be 48 repayments. And then P is my starting amount of how much I've invested. We're going to leave it at P because that's what we're trying to solve. So 500 equals P times 0.00423 times 1.00423 to the power of 48 all over 1.00423 to the power of 48 minus 1. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to put all of that into my calculator, right? Or what I'm going to do is 500 divided by all of this, right? So I'm going to do 500 right, divided by all that. Look at the orange here. Oopsies, right. Oh, this is more. Right. So 500 divided by all that, I'll get P is equal to 21,677.52 euro. So in order for their son to get €500 a month for the next 4 years, they need to have saved €21,677 and 50. Right. And that is mortgage. Well, that's just the amortization formula and how to use it. So that works when you just want to find how much you have to pay in a loan over a certain period for each period. I hope this video was some help to you guys, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.